Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you, and today I'm doing a little something different than I usually do in my videos. Since my channel is an outdoor channel, I figured I would include this, and I figured it would probably help a lot of people out. So in this video I'm going to show you a way to start a small engine, whether it's an ATV, pit bike, dirt bike, whatever the case may be. And I've been working on small engines pretty much all my life. That's another thing I do, but I don't make videos on that. It's just a thing that I've picked up when I was a young kid, picking up lawnmowers, weed whackers, blowers, everything on heavy trash day. Up in the city, you only had like one day out of the month, and people would put everything out on heavy trash day, and I would go around collecting it and turn around and buy parts, fix it, turn around and sell it on top of mowing grass for a summer job. So I have some background in fixing small engines and repairing them and figuring out what's wrong. And come to find out, I seen an ad on Facebook for a kid-sized ATV four-wheeler, 50cc motor. I knew what I was getting into. It hasn't ran in years. Sat. It's a Chinese. Here it is actually. It's a Baja 50cc four-stroke Honda clone, as you can see. And like I said, it hasn't ran in a couple years until I got it. And I've only had it for about a week, and it was just a barn find. The person sold it to me for basically dirt cheap from what it cost brand new 10 years ago, and I don't know how long it's sat, but they got rid of it because they lost the key to the ignition, and it hasn't ran since I don't know when, years probably. The carburetor was all gunked up. But in this video, I want to show you how to start something like this if you don't have a battery. This thing had a battery in it, but it was dead, and I didn't feel like spending a lot of money getting it going, because I said, I didn't pay that much money for it to begin with, so why, spend a lot of money to get it going if I don't have to? And just to test to see if it even ran. But you could do this in a pinch to get it going, to get it started. So I didn't want to mess with none of the wires, none of that stuff, because there's no telling how old they are, whether they worked or not. I mean, I could test them with a multimeter, which I did some of them just to make sure they work. It gets good spark. I put a new carburetor on it, and that's all I did. So, like I said, to get this going, there is no battery in this. The switches don't. The only switch that actually works 100% is the engine on and off switch, run right here, that gets spark. Now, if you understand the basics of a small engine, you can see here, this side has wires coming out of the cover here. And what this is, here's your ground wire to your engine, and this is the wires coming out of the flywheel. So if you have a basic understanding of small engines like this, or small engines in general, I took that cover off, and this has a magneto. And what happens is, when that flywheel spins, you don't even need a battery to operate this, to have it running fully. The flywheel spins with the magneto assembly, causing small electricity going through the system, sending it to the ignition coil and making it spark. So if you're in a pinch situation, or if you just want to do a project like I just did here, where I spent hardly no money at all and no time to figure this out, just something for my son to putt around in the yard with to see if it even ran, you could start this with no battery and no battery charger, no jumper boxes, nothing like that. And let me show you. I almost forgot to mention that I also replaced the ignition switch here with a new set of keys, so you can't complete the circuit to the magneto to get spark to the spark plug if it's a closed circuit, so the power will never get to the spark plug without it on. And your kill switch, which is another open and close. Okay, so remember, your four-wheeler pretty much has to be in working order to begin with to do this. Now, you can test it this way to see if it gets spark, taking the spark plug out and having it connected to the ignition coil and grounded it out to see if it sparks. But to get this thing started, let me show you a quick trick. Let me lock the brake, make sure the engine's on, and it's on. This is what you use right here. This has a impact socket that'll go on a nut that's connected to the flywheel. Now you have to make sure that the flywheel nut is tight. And this is what you can do. You can get it on there. Yep. Let me show you here. Fired right up. There you go, guys. So in a pinch, how to start an ATV. And look, this is what the magneto is connected to. There is no battery in this four-wheeler. It don't even have a starter on it because I took it off. You can see the starter housing down there. I have a new starter for it, but just to show you guys, you can get a small engine started without a battery, without a starter, using an external source like a drill. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys.